everyone. Next video in the domestic violence series is Too Good to Be True. We've all seen movies and heard the songs about whirlwind romances that turn into lifelong soulmates, but unfortunately, we often hear another tune as well. One where being swept off your feet leaves you flat on your back. We know that people who behave abusively towards their romantic partners are often very charming and manipulative, and initially, at least, can seem perfect. For this reason, love at first sight can be a dangerous idea. Here are some red flags to look out for if you're wondering if your partner or relationship is too good to be true. My partner wouldn't take no for an answer. In movies, we often see romantic storylines where someone is turned down for a date but continues to pursue, even harass, the object of their affection until they agree to go out, after which point the two fall deeply in love. This is not only unrealistic, it's also unhealthy and disrespectful. You never owe anyone anything. If you say no to a date, that should be the end of that conversation. Someone who doesn't take no for an answer from the beginning is very likely to continue to do so as the relationship progresses. And if you have any concerns about consent or stalking, I will be doing videos in this series about that. My partner showers me with compliments, aka love bombing. It's nice to hear how wonderful you are, because really, you are quite wonderful. Don't ever let anybody tell you different. But there is a difference between a genuine compliment and the tactic to get you to let your guard down. We often hear from heartbroken survivors of abuse who just want their partner to go back to being that loving, sweet person that they knew in the beginning of the relationship. We all have that friend that tells us that story. Unfortunately, we know that's highly unlikely because abuse is all about power and control, and it's not at all uncommon for the sweet, loving behavior to also be a tactic of abuse. My partner bought me lots of presents or very expensive gifts right away. Getting and giving gifts can feel really nice, but it's important to keep in mind that everyone has different comfort levels when it comes to giving and receiving gifts, especially if the people in a relationship have different levels of access to money. Gifts can cause a lot of anxiety. Your partner ought to respect your boundaries, both around the value and the type of the gifts that you feel comfortable giving and receiving in your relationship. It's also not okay for your partner to demand that you reciprocate with expensive gifts you're uncomfortable with. If you feel like your partner is trying to buy your love, you're probably right. Both showering you with compliments and buying you lots of expensive gifts early in the relationship can be a sign that your relationship may be moving way too fast. Buying you nice things is no substitute for respect. If you've told your partner you'd like to slow things down, but they aren't listening, as with all things relationship, trust your gut instincts. My partner acts different around me than everyone else. It's definitely normal to see how a different side of your partner as you grow to better know and trust each other. However, if you realize your partner is putting on a front for everyone except for you, that's when the red flags start waving. There's an expression. When someone tells you or shows you who they are, believe them. If you're the only person who ever witnesses your partner's temper, pettiness, or irrational behavior, that tells you they can't choose to control themselves when they want to. If you know no one else ever sees your partner's true colors, that can add to the gaslighting you might be experiencing. One helpful way to keep the facts straight for yourself, if it's safe of course, is to keep a journal so that you have your own record of what happened, who said it, and how you felt. My partner is jealous of other people I spend time with. There has been some videos I've made about the jealousy and stuff like that, so you can like go back and view those. But while jealousy is a perfect normal emotion, it's crucial to cope with feelings of jealousy in healthy ways. The fact is, it's important for everyone to have friends of all genders and to have a life outside of their romantic relationship. So if your partner gets jealous when your cousin texts you or when you're laughing at an inside joke with an old friend, take note. If they try to control or limit who you talk to or spend time with outside of the relationship, that crosses the line into abuse. We never disagree on anything. Happy couples never fight, right? Actually, because relationships are made of individual human beings, there is no way two or more people will ever agree on everything 100%. If your partner always tells you what you want to hear, more love bombing, of course, or if you tell your partner what they want to hear out of fear of upsetting them, then there is a conflict. Conflict doesn't have to be unhealthy, but that conflict of just being on your tiptoes to around so that you won't have an argument, that's very, very, very unhealthy. Respectfully handling a disagreement can really strengthen your relationship. We committed very quickly. That's another one I hear a lot of. And this goes back to the love at first sight thing. It's an unhealthy idea. Building trust, which is the foundation of a healthy relationship, takes time. Because we know that abuse tends to get worse and more dangerous as a relationship progresses from one stage to the next. Talking, dating, living together, marriage, kids, divorce, etc. It's always concerning to hear from people who said, "I love you" within days or were engaged within months. No matter what kind of promises you've made to your partner, remember that everyone has the right to end a relationship at any time and for any reason. And the last one, my partner needs me to move away to be with them. Especially if you have already noticed any of the other red flags that I've mentioned in this video or in the other videos, or abusive behaviors like name calling, yelling, or any controlling or hurtful behaviors, you would strongly be urged to not move away with, just don't move away. Don't put that distance between you and your support system. Not just to be with your partner. If you really loved me, you would, is a card that abuse thrives on using because it puts you into isolation. So if you hear that statement, if you really loved me, you would, that can be on any aspect of the relationship. That statement alone shows that they don't really love you like you deserve. Love isn't grand gestures or gifts or simply saying I love you. Real love is respecting a partner, communicating openly and honestly, both sides, not just one, and building trust, supporting each other, recognizing the individuality of each person in the relationship, and being treated as an equal. If your gut is telling you that your romance is too good to be true, love is respect. Always remember that. Love is respect. Trust your gut feeling. The answer shouldn't be too hard to find.